Morning, everybody. Kevin back from Watch This with Joe and Kevin, continuing, the final leg here of Pushing Daisies, episode 10. Is taken aback by Charlotte's decision, Chuck's decision to save her dad and kind of manipulate Ned along with it, which kind of bummed me out a little bit as far as a decision for the show. I don't want to be overly critical of the fact that her dad turns out to kind of be a scumbag too. That's just kind of an icing on the cake, like, well, that really sucks, but I don't blame her at all for that. She was like, 8 when he died, and to all kids, your dad's a superhero. There were moments they were playing where he absolutely seemed like a great guy. You certainly wouldn't expect an 8-year-old to be a master in criminal psychology and understand that her dad maybe not be the best dude in the world. She's not going to catch that nuance. So that's not really her fault in any way. And it's just kind of a icing on the cake for this whole thing kind of sucking a little bit in the world of the story. But not Chuck's fault, but I also kind of think Ned, I know you love Chuck an awful lot, but I think there were times in there when he should have read the writing on the wall and gone ahead and fixed the problem himself, as he could have in that last episode, because it looked like it was going to be a really big problem. In fact, him getting away might actually be a little bit more Ned's fault than Chuck's, but that's splitting hairs really. The whole point is now that there's this absolute monster of a person out there, and it's very dangerous to both Ned and Chuck that he's out there, because he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that really cares if something terrible happens to somebody other than himself. We'll go get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being with us. Thank you so much, guys. Special thank you to our super patrons: NJ, MC93, Actuarial Looker, Anna, Ballers Fuldez, ZY, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudukunda Vrapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Drake and Chairs, Who Made Mac, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squicks, Sweet Baby Silvernell, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, Lisa Klug, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, and Everett Nation. Thank you so much, guys. We're really grateful to be here with us. Description below, link to our Patreon page of full-length watch-alongs on Pushing Daisies. I'm a couple episodes ahead on Patreon of where we am on YouTube.
Young Ned had convinced Eugene Mulchandani to go to war.
Please tell me we get adult Eugene at some point.
It was also a much-needed escape from an advanced geometry lesson in proofs of the Pythagorean. It did not come without its share of unexpected casualties.
Oh, no.
As they approached their first combat fatality, Eugene's emotional radar was overcome, forcing a hasty retreat. He solved the hunter's murder. The acclaim would bring his father back into his life. But the hunter revealed his cause of death was accidental and
climbing the fence,
self-inflicted, though the park ranger would believe otherwise. Waking the Dead had landed young Ned in jail.
No.
While his comrades secured an honorable discharge through the strength of his parental allies, young Ned realized that his father was not going to fight his battles for him. He needed to take responsibility for his action. Once again, Waking the Dead was a cause for concern.
What's he doing? Where's he going? That's my car! He stole my car!
He's not supposed to leave. He's my dad.
Really, 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 really bad.
He just left. No explanation, no apology, no forwarding address to your dad, because he dies is horrible enough, but losing him because he chooses to leave is just really horrible.
I'm the one he's mad at. He asked you to choose, me or him. It's my fault.
I risked you. I used you to bring him back, and it was wrong. It was selfish, and we're in this mess because of me. What if Dad goes and tells people? I just want to hold your hand.
Me too.
No. Oh, no, poor Emerson. I would hate this.
What's the matter with you? You two acting all lovey-dovey when you ought to be squawking mad. And both of you ladies ought to be mad as hell at dear old dead dad for stealing your car and stealing off into the night with a corpse face and ain't gonna do no favors for nobody.
I feel like Emerson is me in this story.
Bitching and whining time has gotten the boot. We need to fix this.
Working a case? We'll break it down. Are there dead somebodies? Is it murder? Missing persons? Who are the players? Lay it on me.
Both.
It's one of them need-to-know cases.
But I'm your itty-bitty. I'm helpful.
Strawberry kiwi crumble a la mode.
I'm not some yo-yo you can jerk up and down on it. Today, let's include her. Tomorrow, let's not win. There are only so many knots I can tie in my yo-yo string before it snaps.
Can't make her a depository of secrets one minute and then not include her the next. Why can't we just tell her everything?
Think again. We ain't gonna poke a stick in our business and then snap it off by telling little Big Mouth all our problems.
All she does is trust us and help us, and all we do is lie to her.
We can't afford to tell Olive.
Miss Vivian.
Oh, she's going to want to look for Dwight.
I need you to find someone for me, my gentleman caller. He hasn't come calling since our last rendezvous went awry.
Dwight Dixon romanced Vivian to get what he wanted. And what he wanted was a watch. So Dwight Dixon stole the watch from Chuck, and Lily stole the watch from Dwight. Believing Chuck and the pie maker to be the thieves, Dwight Dixon set about to kill them both. Made him the target of a cosmic exchange that allowed Chuck to keep her father alive.
Nice that he done it.
Dwight Dixon, villain and thief, was buried in the grave once occupied by Charles Charles.
Cared about me. He wouldn't just leave without explanation.
Well, he was going to do that either way.
Did you two have intimate relations?
Very.
I meant in the biblical sense.
No.
Dwight ain't missing. He's barking up somebody else's tree.
Dwight wouldn't do that. He's a romantic.
Now you listen to me. You have no idea what kind of man Dwight Dixon is. He's a bad man, a sociopath. And Dwight Dixon's gone away. Now you just accept that and stop trying to bring him back.
Emerson Codd hated dropping the bomb on Vivian Charles's heart, but a shock and awe campaign was the only way to stop her search.
Your Aunt Vivian came to visit me. Tried to hire me to find her missing paramour.
Poor Vivian, she's carrying a torch for a flame I extinguished.
With my finger.
Well, don't worry. I gave her plenty of reasons to forget all about him.
She's going to hire somebody else.
We've been consigned to investigate the disappearance of Dwight Dixon. If it isn't Peyton County's most surprisingly successful private detective.
And his pie-baking pretty boy sidekick.
I'm still mad, so ignore my caring tone. But why are we hiding?
Chuck was hiding to avoid a crack forensic team from discovering lonely tourist Charlotte Charles.
They're Norwegian?
Were an investigative trio without equal. They abandoned their motherland when reports of a small place with a big murder rate halfway around the world, only to find themselves consistently trumped by a large fish of another kind.
Today our services were commissioned by Vivian Charles to locate a man by the name of Dwight Dixon.
I don't know diddly or squat.
Unfortunately for you, the facts say the opposite.
Vivian Charles claims you refused her case. History shows Emerson Codd never turns down easy money. Fact 2. When discussing Dwight Dixon with Miss Charles, you referred to him as a
bad man.
I was merely trying to talk her out of a bad relationship. I didn't even know the man.
You and Dwight hobnobbed in the same circle.
God, they're so
close. Hell, I did.
We have copies of Dixon's credit card statements. He was a frequent eater at this very eatery.
Purely circumstantial. And a little rude.
That you're hiding something of importance to this case. With help from Armada, the most sophisticated mobile investigative laboratory facility of its kind. There's a shred of evidence connecting you to Dwight Dixon's disappearance. Mother will find it.
Big Mother's watching. Any last words?
Thank you. Ow!
We need to shut down these Norwegians pronto mundo.
Also, pronto mundo, we need to find my dad.
But what if these Norse fools find Chuck's dad? Or worse, he finds
That's so
them and
much
tells them
worse,
what happened to Dwight.
You look for Daddy Deadbugs, but I still need somebody to take a second crack at Vivian to call off the hounds while I find out what these Norwegians dig up. Oh, itty bitty.
I'm itty bitty again?
They'd been better off just leaving Dwight's body laying, above ground. It's not like you could be able to find a murder.
Call off her investigation into Dwight's disappearance, then we are going to be in a lot of trouble.
What'd you do, kill Dwight?
I still can't tell you what happened.
Oh, hell's bells! The least you could do is lie.
Just trying to protect you.
But I don't need protection. That's what I have several long-standing restraining orders for. I need to feel appreciated, Chuck. I want a full-fledged membership and an all-access pass to the PI Palooza.
So you'll do it?
This is an episode where Olive's going to have to be the hero.
Will not call them off, not until they find Dwight.
Are you still mooning over that creep?
She's hired a team of Norwegian PIs to find him, looking for evidence of foul play.
There's been foul play? Says who?
Lily's sudden spike in body temperature stemmed not from hearing Thorby.
Because she was in their his hotel, yeah.
Amongst his possessions, the Norwegians would discover a trail of evidence leading them to Lily.
Let well enough alone.
Not until I find out what happened to Dwight.
Nothing happened to Dwight.
What I do know is Dwight was menacing.
It's a good thing he's gone.
Why on earth would he menace you? I deserve the truth. And I don't need anyone to protect me from it.
Yes, you do.
People say, I can't tell you it's for your own good. What they really mean is I won't tell you because I don't trust you.
It's a big secret, though.
Aren't you tired of feeling like you have to live your life from the outside? You deserve to have those answers.
Okay, Olive's not going to be the hero here.
You'll finally get the respect, trust, and honesty you deserve from your so-called best friends.
She began to wonder if there were other alliances in her life she should be breaking. Hoped that any evidence the Norwegians gathered from Dwight Dixon's motel room was of no significance at all.
Maybe the Norwegians can let Vivian know that that Dwight was actually a dirtbag.
That's Lily's handwriting.
Are we heading to an end where everyone knows everything to kind of clear the air?
Would you like to tell me what happened at the cemetery between you and Dwight?
Nothing happened at the cemetery between me and Dwight. He stood me up.
I won't call you a liar if you say he didn't show, then I believe you.
He didn't show.
I don't believe you. I can't protect you from the Norwegians if you don't tell me the truth.
What is it you think I did?
Something rash.
Dwight Dixon is trouble.
Dwight Dixon lavished me with courtly blandishments.
Oh, Vivian.
His motel room had enough buckshot to blow Kurta Timbuktu.
Charles's pocket watch.
Your kind Dwight. He stole it from Charlotte's grave.
He dug her up?
He dug her up and took it from her. So I took it back and took his watch, too. Me and both barrels were going to convince him to dig Charlotte's grave right up again and put that watch back.
Well, these ladies better not do it.
Congratulations, Lily. I know how you like being right.
I didn't want to be right. Don't get any satisfaction from seeing you hurt.
The pie maker and Chuck were investigating the equally serious matter of the missing Charles.
What's that? It's another button. Maybe it's a sign from my dad. He'd always give me a button to hold on to on long journeys. Maybe the reason that I can't believe that he just left is because he didn't.
Oh,
Maybe he's
Chuck.
keeping a safe distance. I feel it deep down inside of me that he wouldn't abandon me. He's here. He's here somewhere.
While Chuck hoped the old brass button was significant evidence of her father's comforting presence, all the while keeping a watchful eye on Emerson Codd, who they believed knew more than he was willing to say. The number one
burying the
detective
body
in Haven
actually
County
does create an
took the
evidentiary
fight to his
link.
opponent, assess the true nature of the threat, find and exploit their weaknesses.
I can't believe you guys think my former friends are up to no good, too.
Oh, hell
Oh,
no.
no.
Itty bitty traitor.
I don't have enough fingers and toes to count the secrets that they flaunt in my face. You guys show up and they're jumpier than a bunch of kangaroos on a pogo stick. Pie maker saliva, because they have things in their mouth and in their hands that they do not want spread around.
Wow, this really is not great.
I figured it was about time I joined the A-team.
Which is why we were excited to receive your inquiry about joining our organization.
You're of good, strong, shapely Norwegian stock.
Mother is the heart and soul of what we do. Without her, we'd be just another.
Emerson Quad. So, what do you think happened to Dwight Dixon?
He appears to have vanished.
And how he vanished probably wasn't pretty like you.
All evidence points to a dangerous man with a destructive agenda, most likely met with a violent end. We also find this shovel under Dwight's bed. The mineral content of the caked-on dirt matches that of the local cemetery exactly.
Oh, they're gonna
Exhumation
resume.
order. You don't mean you're gonna dig him up?
She was sufficiently lubed and ready to spit tacks. She even gave him your saliva swab to get into their clubhouse.
She warned us not to push her, and then I pushed her away, and I pushed her to talk to Vivian, and...
Paula betrayed us because we can't let her in, and we can't let her in because of my magic finger. Somehow or other, it always comes back to my magic finger.
I cannot say all of this is Ned's fault. That's really reaching.
Norwegians are gonna have the coffins of dead girl and her pops exhumed. And when they open them up, they're gonna find hers empty and Dwight's dead ass in the other one.
The Norwegians found themselves unprepared for the shocking discovery. Both coffins were empty.
What? Did Charles take Dwight's body?
Loaded him up in the mama-mobile and took off.
But how can my dad's coffin be empty as opposed to be full of Dwight Dixon?
He's very dead.
Moved the body.
Who else knew he was in that coffin?
My dad. Don't you see? He moved the body to protect us.
You don't suppose he wiped down both the caskets with industrial bleach, do you? Trace of some forensic tiddly bit that's gonna lead everybody back to every
That's
somebody
actually
at this
probably
table.
true.
Your DNA's all over the grave.
And with no real reason for it to be there, you're gonna look guilty.
But none of your hands would be dirty if it wasn't for me. Hell, you were just a pie maker and she was grass fertilizer. So if anybody deserved to face the Norwegian firing squad, it's me.
You're gonna tell the Norwegians everything you know.
Confession is good for the soul. When you make a mess,
These
clean it
are-
up. It's your responsibility.
Are Norwegians notorious for having small personal bubbles, because I know other countries do.
Emerson Codd served as decoy. On the street, the pie maker and Chuck prepared to enter Mother's empty nest.
I shall steal Mother alone, and you shall stay here as a lookout.
We're in this jam because I brought my dad back.
I don't blame you for bringing back your father. I couldn't stop myself from bringing back the person I loved either. And Emerson never forced me or my finger to join his PI team.
I do like that everyone kind of is like taking accountability for their part in everything.
My fault. I'm driving solo this time.
You! This isn't what it looks like.
You're not trying to hotwire Mother so you can drive away with the truckload of evidence they have on you?
Okay, it is what it looks like. You gave them my swab.
Pig spit.
Don't deny it. Emerson saw you.
Dummy pig spit.
So you're not a turncoat?
More of a reversible jacket. I wouldn't turn coat on you. I was working deep cover to dismantle this operation from the inside out. This itty-bitty's always on your side, no questions asked.
Okay, I take back my my shock.
Yes.
Oh!
Okay. Go, Ned.
Will this be your confession?
There ain't gonna be any confession.
Where's Mother going?
Oh, they've got a low jack on Mother.
Looks like you're about to become orphans.
Do you know why Charles' grave was empty?
Yes.
Was his grave robbed?
No.
Chuck's father's alive?
Yes.
Was Dwight Dixon onto them?
Yes.
Okay, then he disappeared. Did you have anything to do with his disappearance?
Yes, I didn't mean to, but I did.
Oh my god.
Thank God for my naturally clingy nature. I'm sorry. You never looked at me the same way you look at Chuck.
I wouldn't say never.
Hold on, Ned.
Is that Charles?
The man who rescued the pie maker and Olive would remain a mysterious loose string. Emerson Codd sought to tie up another loose string.
When the Norwegians exhumed the body of your niece and her father, their coffins were empty.
Our Charlotte, Dwight, stole her?
You can't steal someone's soul by robbing their coffin. The
I
Charlotte
like how he did that.
you knew wasn't in that box. She's right here with you. You have to believe that whatever was taken from that grave, that wasn't your niece.
Dwight was indeed a bad man. Oh, my sweet, sweet Charlotte. Knowing this will surely shatter Lily's heart.
We think our masked man was your pops.
I think so.
I told Olive all about your dad and how he faked his own death.
Oh,
So our masked man is your father.
yes, it certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
Like a guardian angel.
What's he guarding you from? I went out on a limb for you people. A tree limb. Don't leave me dangling with Dwight's disappearance. Did he die of natural causes?
Yes?
I see you're back to playing 40 other team.
Hello, Hedda. You're looking lovely tonight.
You killed our mother!
I was mother jacked.
Can you identify the perpetrators?
Yeah, just their fists as they pummeled my eyes. Then they beat me with a blue and yellow sock as they got high on ABBA and tiny little meatballs.
Who are you protecting?
I'm not protecting anybody. That would imply that I'm protecting the people who killed Dwight Dixon. I'm not protecting killers.
There's activity on Dixon's credit card. He just checked back into the Come and Sleep Hotel.
Oh, yes, he's alive.
Listen, we're all professionals, people. Or not. Dead men don't run up their credit cards checking back into motels they never checked out of.
Well, he's gonna have a natural cause death, right?
Every item scrutinized in the room told a story precisely crafted. The lack of visible signs of trauma told a far more logical tale of a man who had simply died of natural causes.
Yeah.
Can of fuel accelerant indicated the two bodies robbed had gone up in flames. All the evidence pointed to Dwight acting and dying alone.
If that's Chuck's dad, he's a legend for this one.
Any sign of your dad?
Nope. No hide, nor hair, nor button.
I don't know if I like the idea of Charles as my guardian angel.
You're using fresh fruit.
I am now. I mean, from now on, touching dead things has only gotten me into trouble, so no more.
No more dead fruit, no more dead people?
Yeah, I'm going cold turkey. From now on,
Really?
investigating crime is Emerson's business, and baking pie is mine.
But my dad, he already fixed everything.
I don't want your dad or anyone else's to fight my battles or clean up my messes.
He was wrong about the dad who fought his battles. It wasn't
Oh, was this his
Chuck's
own?
father. It was the pie maker's father.
Was that George, what's his name? I'm blanking out. You know, from Zorro, the Gay Blade. Okay. Well, so I did a 180 there. Or actually a 360. I thought Chuck's dad was a bad guy. Then I thought he was helping out. Now I'm back to thinking he's just a bad guy who ran away. I didn't even consider, good writing, because I didn't even consider the possibility that it was Ned's dad, even though we had hints that he was kind of back, that he would actually do all of this to help him out. My God, what is his name? You know, he overtans. That's what it looked like. Let me look him up here real quick. That was his thing, right? I'm totally spacing out. Zorro the Gay Blade. George Hamilton, right? That looked like George Hamilton to me. Okay, because what was going through my head was George Harrison, and I knew that wasn't the right answer. Or am I wrong about that? I mean, we just got a quick look at it, but that's certainly who it looked like. But yeah, that's who ended up kind of saving the day. This was a fun episode. Like, this was like one of the more tense episodes, I kind of feel like. Like, all of the drama was really riveted up in this one. I very much enjoyed this. I thought Olive was kind of being a bad person during this. I thought she was actually, it hit her breaking point with Ned and everybody. But I also love how everyone kind of took responsibility. Ned took responsibility for his role in everything. Chuck took her responsibility for her role in everything. And even Emerson took responsibility for a lot of this, and I feel like he was the least guilty of the three. But it was still kind of nice to see everyone like taking stock and ownership of the roles they played in the messes that were happening. As bothered as I was by Chuck doing it, I do, you can't deny the fact that Chuck is very willing to accept responsibility and knows that she made a huge mistake here and acknowledges it. You don't always get that on television, and you don't always get that in real life, obviously. So it is really nice to see. So her dad's not really watching over her. It's wishful thinking, and you can't really blame her because, like I said, she was 8 when her dad died. I think it was 8. It was 8 to 10. I think it was 8 when her dad died, and obviously that's going to be scarring. But 3 episodes left, and I don't believe for a second that we're not going to have Ned bring anybody back from the dead in those last 3 episodes. But we'll see. It would be a completely different show, I feel like. But then again, there's so much drama with Chuck's dad and Ned's dad now. With what Olive's involvement, if she gets to know everything with Lily and Vivian, if they get to know more than they do about Chuck. I mean, there's so much still in the show outside of the death investigations that there's a lot to cover that they could in the last 3 episodes. Maybe they don't do that, but I feel like Ned's not done bringing people back from the dead, at least on the temporary basis. But like I said, we'll see. I think someone said on Patreon that they late in the season they knew that they were getting canceled, so they kind of rewrote the last handful of episodes to kind of put a sort of ending on the story. So I feel like a lot of these storylines that need to be wrapped up get their opportunity to be, and I'm still hoping that includes Emerson's daughter, but we shall see with only a few left. We'll see you then, guys. Thank you.